Good afternoon, traders. Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to today's market update for the 23rd of September. So the USD continues to be the main focus today. We've seen further good gains from the USD against the risk majors, and overnight stocks did make a comeback into the green, and we did see some really good buying today on the ASX 200. Now we'll just take a quick look there. So you can see here that we had a pretty fantastic day on the ASX, and really from the opening, get-go, it was just straight gains until this current last hour of trade, which is the out of hours. The ASX has closed half an hour ago, so it was over 2% today at the close. I think it was around 2.4% at the close, which is a really nice rebound considering that really rough 3 sessions we had in a row before we saw a bit of a fight back yesterday, and that's been followed up today with some strong buying. And this was led mainly by a bit of a turnaround last night in US indexes and in Europe, and the Nasdaq is the one that we are mainly focused on. As we can see here, that we saw a nice support hold yesterday, and then after that nice failed low, we see a bit of a test, but then we did see that that move by buyers, and that ended up I think 1.57% on the NDX 100. So we will see now, as we discussed yesterday, if we get a new lower high pattern, if the trend's going to continue lower, that's still a lower low. If we get a lower high and then a new move lower, that just continues on the current pattern of trend. So we'll see if we get a higher low to break that. So that will be the next thing we'll be keeping an eye on the NDX 100. Now back to some of the currency pairs today, and so the dollar is still really in favour, and seeing a third day against to the yen after so starting to shake off some of those really big falls we saw last week against the yen from the dollar. And the dollar CAD stalled yesterday, but buyers are back today, and we are wondering if we can possibly see a new weekly high tonight. And the next level of key resistance is up at that 1.3389 / 3390 point. That's still a little bit away, 53 pips, nearly 0.5%. So we will see if we do get some more follow through, but definitely now signs are starting to show that this could be a trend in process here. So we'll just have to see if we do see the next pullback, if it is a short pullback, and then that does form a new higher low, and then we have another move higher, just confirming that this trend is going to remain on the short to medium term in the upward direction. So just jumping over to gold now. Now gold broke lower. It continues to break lower, and this selling, it has been weak today, but selling really got going in today's open of the European session. So you can just see this bar here into the European session. So at one stage we saw a move of over 0.5% lower, and now we did discuss this the other day regards to this triangle pattern that we were watching here, and just on the top here, and we can really see now that there's been a breakout of that pattern, and we've also broken that key support that was seen here at that 1900 level. So now again, we're just going to keep an eye on gold to see if this leg lower continues, and then the real big key will be the next rally. If we do see a rally up, if it does basically turn that previous support into resistance, form a new lower high, and if it does and then starts to move lower again, that's really starting to possibly say that there is a deeper correction in process at the moment. So the medium to longer term trend here is well and truly broken, and now we're just looking for further evidence to see if this is a medium term downtrend. We're still in a pretty strong uptrend here, so even if we did see a bit more of a move down, it doesn't necessarily mean the longer term overall trend is over. It just might be a deeper pullback. So but this is a weekly, so a lot will come down to when we have that next rally, and what happens with that rally. So now just finally, we're just going to have a look at a couple of the majors to the USD. It's all been pretty much one-way traffic. That was a nice lower high move down there, and that break yesterday of that low. So pound wise, we'll be seeing if we can get back if this dollar push does continue, if we can sellers do get back to this congestion area down at this areas here, and we will see that is around the 26-24 area, so another 73 pips, which isn't a lot for the pound if sellers got going. So, and now just onto the euro and the Aussie finally. They're all basically now in short-term legs lower, and again, like I've been noting with a couple other markets, just want to see this next pullback now, just to give us some reference and to give us some indication if this is just a short-term move or something a little bit more. So the Aussie is back at support area now. That's 71.20, and if we do see a breakthrough that level tonight, then really we'll be looking at the next possible maybe area to start offering some resistance past these 2 points here. Would be this area here, so that's down at that below the 70-cent point, but that's a fair way away. We'll have to give it a little bit of time and just see if sellers are going to look at testing that 70-75 area next. So we do have a bit of news coming up. So we have some pretty key data coming out of the EU. Now that's coming out from 5:15, so which is 15 minutes into the London session, and now it's French, German, EU, and great UK services and manufacturing PMI data. So that will be closely viewed just to gauge how those sectors are doing in Europe, and the French and German data is listed as high impact, so there will be a little bit of focus on it just to see how the economies are going, especially on the service sector side and the manufacturing side. And this is on the back of virus rates increasing in Europe, a bit of worry about global recovery. So I'm sure there'll be a fair bit of attention on that. They'll be looking to that data being released. So that's from 5:15 Australian Eastern Standard Time today. So that's it for today's report, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your trading day, and until tomorrow, bye for now and good trading.